Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, I'm sorry, Zoom Prabhu was not connecting. इसलिए थोड़ा टाइम लग गया. And for those of you possible, please turn on your videos. And for the rest of you, please turn off your mobile phones. It's perfect. Thank you. So we will start with this very special song. It's called Akrodha Paramananda. You all got it? Yes. Yeah. Proud group, it all depends on you. Was singing this very wonderful song. Krishna Krishna So, my dear friends online, you are not able to hear the kirtan, but you will be able to hear the lecture, है ना? कीर्तन कितना भारी होता है, मटेरियल टेक्नोलॉजी झेल नहीं पाता. Now you are able to hear? कुछ तो बोलिए. Now you are not able to speak, Prabhuji. Okay. Thank you. Voice is not clear. Voice is not clear. Yes, Prabhuji, voice is not clear. Hare Krishna.
It's clear, Prabhuji. It's okay. Better.
Better now. Okay. We will start with prayers. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी आश्रितदेशकारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धो एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Please remove the mic. Hare Krishna. This problem? अभी ठीक है? नहीं बताओ बताओ सही कोई बात नहीं बता दो. Don't compromise, don't adjust. I am able to feel what you all must be going through. हम तो क्या बोलते रहते हैं. We don't understand. No, I didn't. I switched it off from here so that it is good now. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
आप सुन पा रही हैं? Yes. ठीक है. Rahul bro, you're able to hear? ठीक है. It is good now. Finally, we got certificate. Now we can go ahead. First of all, very very grateful to all wonderful devotees who have come for this particular Sunday's session. We were supposed to start quite some time back. Two things happened. पहले तो Bhakti Shastri class था. Bhakti Shastri devotees, it was their, it wasn't finale. Last class नहीं था. It became second last class. And last class will be next weekend. तो उधर थोड़ा late हो गया. And then after I came here, Zoom Prabhu was not cooperating. जिसकी वजह से we had to start a little late. But still very grateful that you all stayed back. You waited for me. As Prabhupada said, in Kali Yuga, don't be surprised with how many people leave. Be surprised to see how many people stayed. So I'm really surprised that इतने सारे difficulty, technical faults के बावजूद भी आप लोग डटे रहे, रुके रहे. You didn't leave us and go. So thank you for that. So today, as discussed, we'll be discussing the life of a very great Vaishnava Acharya. Actually, all Acharyas are great. Every single Vaishnava Acharya is great. Lord Narayana or Vishnu, he sleeps on a particular person. Who's that person? जिसके ऊपर भगवान सोते हैं. Sheshnag. He doesn't sleep on, what is that? Kurlon mattress. Cushion. He sleeps on snake. सांप के ऊपर. And what kind of snake this is? Of course, devotee है, so डरने की जरूरत नहीं. फिर भी, what kind of snakes he sleeps upon? Who has hundreds and thousands of fold. अभी सांप का नाम सुनते सब भाग जाएंगे यहाँ से. भाग जाएंगे या रहेंगे? कराटे मास्टर. अब क्या करेंगे? सांप आएगा, भागेंगे. He told me also same thing. तो पहले भागने का, मारने का last में. You have to run. Learn to run. We leave. So Anantashesh is having hundreds and thousands of hoods. And with each hood, Pratyek fund में, with every hood, what is he doing? With every hood, he is actually glorifying the name, fame, qualities and pastimes of Krishna. Continuously. And this glorification is happening from time immemorial. मतलब कब से चल रहा है किसी को कोई idea नहीं है. So continuously this glorification going off of name, fame, qualities, pastime, naam, roop, guna, leela of Krishna is continuously being glorified. By whom? Anantan. And it's not that एक fund जो है is glorifying, all funds are glorifying same thing. No. Every single hood is glorifying different name, fame, qualities and pastimes of Krishna. And even till now it is not getting over. खत्म हुआ? नहीं. So if Anantashesh comes for giving Bhagavatam class will never get over. Class कभी खत्म ही नहीं हुआ. And he speaks so sweetly, although being a snake, he speaks so sweetly that we will also not feel like that. कब खत्म हुआ class? No, please go on. Let it go on. So it's an endless Bhagavatam class that is happening. But each and every, you tune into every FM. So once what had happened, there was a devotee who had gone to ISKCON Vrindavan. So in temples like ISKCON Vrindavan and ISKCON Mayapur, there are two Bhagavatam classes. There's two. One in English and another one in Hindi in Vrindavan. And one in English and another one in Bengali in Mayapur. So how many Bhagavatam class? Two classes. So the devotee was in ISKCON Vrindavan. And somehow, because of certain reasons, he had gone to Vrindavan for a treatment. So he was in treatment, he should not get up. So he would chant like this. Sleeping on bed only he would be chanting. And sleeping on bed only he had to hear Bhagavatam class. So the English Bhagavatam class was given by one Srila Prabhupada disciple. Hindi Bhagavatam class given by another Srila Prabhupada disciple. So what he did, he got two mobiles, switched on FM and was hearing both. Dona ek saath he was trying to hear two lectures at the time. Similarly, Anantashesh also has Such amazing glories we can keep hearing. Why I told you this is because just as Krishna's glories will never get over, similarly the glories of Acharya, the glories of devotees will never get over. कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. This can go on and on and on. We can keep speaking. फिर भी खत्म नहीं होगा. Yes, there are so many devotees who have been with Prabhupada and had written so many books. Yes, our glorious master, Miracles on 26 2nd Avenue. Yes, there is Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Our dear Srila Prabhupada Leela. So many books. जितने प्रभुपाद बुक्स है उससे भी ज्यादा there is a glory of about Srila Prabhupada. There's so many are given. So that's the beauty of glorifying a Vaishnava saint. And this bhajan what we sang, yes, Akaroda Paramananda, Nityananda Ram, this is a bhajan in the glorification of Lord Nityananda Prabhu ki. Yeah. It's in his glories. And this is written by who? This is written by Lochan Das Thakur. Lochan means what technically? What is the meaning of Lochana? Eyes. So what kind of Lochan? Who has? So Krishna has Kamala Lochan. Lotus like eyes. So one who has beautiful eyes, Lochan Das. He's called Srila Lochan Das. He's a Lochana Das. That was his name. So we'll just discuss some glories because this week we had the wonderful festival of Lochan Das Thakur. So Her Grace Medhavini Sakhi Mataji spoke about Jayadev Goswami. I was wanting to speak about Jayadev Goswami. Lekin she spoke it already. So she took away my chance. So I'll say no problem. In Vaishnava circle, if you take something chance, koi baat nahi, dusra hum baat kar sakte. So then I decided we speak on Lochan Das Thakur. So I'll be trying to speak some glories of Lochan Das Thakur here. So Lochan Das Thakur, he appeared in a family of great Brahmanas, a Brahman family. And it is not necessary that devotee means has to appear in Brahman family. Bhagwan Shri Krishna Bhagavad Gita mein bolte hain, Shuchi naam Shrimatam gehe, yogo brashtopi jayate. Somebody who is a very advanced soul takes birth in the family of Brahmanas or a rich aristocratic businessman. So businessmen or Brahman ke ghar pe hi great devotees are born. It's not like that. It's not necessary like that. I was just reading a wonderful book on one of the South Indian sages called Namma Alvar. I will definitely dedicate one special series for Namma Alvarji. I'm reading on his account. It's such a bliss. What a nectar to read about him. So Namma Alvar, I'll just give you a thoda glimpse. Kya kare? Topic idhar udhar nahi ja raha, don't worry. We are going the same direction. So Namma Alvar ko, Namma matlab Tamil mein mera. Ye mera hai. And Alvar means a person who is absorbed in glorifying Krishna's Naam Roop Gule Leela. Who keeps glorifying Krishna continuously. Krishna's name he chants, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. And who continuously glorifies Krishna, who continuously talks about Krishna's pastime, ye jo continuously karte hai na, that person is called as Alvar. Alvar. It is a Tamil word, Alvar. And what happened to him is a story which I'll leave it for the class. But एक चीज बताना चाहता हूँ. In Dravida Desha, Tamraparni river, there is Lord Adinath. Lord Adinath in the form of Lord Narayan. He personally gave him the name. Ye mera hai. So Nam Alvar. So he was born in the family of Shudras. He was born in the family of Shudras. There are so many devotees of the Lord who are born in the family of outcasts. So devotee is never restricted by birth. But still, to mention, he took birth in the family of Brahmanas. Yes. And he was born in a district, in a place which is called as Mahakumara. There is a Kumarahatta. This is Mahakumara. So this Mahakumara is situated in a place called Radhadesh. Radhadesh is that tract of Bengal where the Ganges doesn't flow. जहां गंगा का प्रवाह नहीं होता उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Radhadesh. And where the Ganges flows, that place is called as Gaudadesh. So there's Gaudadesh, there's Radhadesh. So he was born in Radhadesh in a place called Mahakumara. This Mahakumara place comes very close to Katwa. Anyone knows what happens in Katwa? Katwa is a place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shaved up and took sannyas. जहां भगवान ने अपने सुंदर केश काट दिए, कटवा. And the person who shaved the beautiful hairs of Lord, he gave up his profession. अभी मैं नाई कभी नहीं बनूंगा. I will never again shave hair. मैं कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा. And he started a sweet shop. रसगुल्ला रसमलाई वो बांटूंगा. Because after shaving of Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord, भगवान के बाल काट दिए मैंने. That means beauty. Of course, beauty is always there with the Lord. But still, giving up of hair, जीवात्मा giving hair is not big thing. बड़ी बात नहीं. People come say, "Pro, आपने क्या त्याग कर दिया? What त्याग?" But भगवान ने जो त्याग किया है, when he gives up his hair, that is called renunciation. हमारे पास है क्या त्याग करने के लिए? So that person, the place where Mahaprabhu shaved his hair, that place is called as Katwa, and that's very near. It's in the Bardwan district of Bengal. So the Bengalis will definitely know. So his parents' names were Sri Kamalakar Das and Sri Sadanandi Dasi. Devotees, both of them initiated devotees. Yes, so they were his. So the great fortune of Lochan Das Thakur is right in his childhood. He was a small boy like Parth, Dhruv. He had a great fortune of meeting and associating with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wow. सबका होता है ऐसा नसीब. We hear in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he delivered the entire universe. And we wonder, हम लोग किधर थे? Where were we? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not even leave tigers, deers, elephants, ants, किसी को छोड़ा नहीं. He took everyone back to God. Somehow we missed the chance. हमने मिस कर दिया. Just like sometimes people say, हाँ मुझे आज रिवर्स ही गए थे. हाँ गए थे. आज तो मस्त स्वीट था. हम आज नहीं गए थे, हमने मिस कर दिया. अरे बढ़िया सा हलवा था. नॉर्मली संडे को क्या मिलता है? दाल राइस मिलता है. हम सोचे ठीक है घर पे खा लेंगे, लेकिन आज स्पेशल कुछ. अरे हमने मिस कर दिया. प्रसाद वी मिस, वी फील वी मिस समथिंग स्पेशल. बहुत ही स्पेशल कुछ मिस कर दिया. So like these missed the special mercy. We missed that special mercy because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the entire universe back home, back to Godhead. हमने उसको मिस कर दिया. But he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a small child. Even there is Jiva Goswami also met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was 2 years old. So many of them had met. They were all younger to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, and his guru, his name is Srila Narahari Sarkar. So Sri Narahari Sarkar may not be so famous, but his Bhakti Ratnakar is a book from where we get to understand what was Vaishnavism in that time. Mahaprabhu के समय वैष्णवता क्या थी? Who were the Vaishnavas? Who were devotees? All those things we get to learn from his book of Bhakti Ratnakar. That was the beauty of Sri Narahari Sarkar. So, if you see, Lochan Das Thakur, he was the only son of his father. पिता के इकलौते बेटे थे. And he was very, very dear to his parents. Very dear to his parents. And most of the time he stayed with grandparents and he began studies in education. He went to studies, his education. At very, very young age, they got him married. को पता है डिवोटीज थे, शादी नहीं किया तो सन्यासी बनेगा, इसलिए चाइल्डहुड में क्या कर दिया? शादी करा दिया उसका. He was married. But despite he was married, he had two qualities. The first quality was his heart was very, very attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His heart was very attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu से thorough attachment था. And second thing that was there, the quality of Lochan Das Thakur, he had detachment from sense gratification. Yes, material enjoyments and detachment. So these are the two qualities. See, just like we pray to Krishna for a particular quality. What do we pray to Narsimdev for? Narsimdev को क्यों पूछते हैं हम लोग? What do we pray to Narsimdev?
Protection from.
Yes, protect us from
bad things.
Yes, from all kinds of obstacles, from all kinds of problems, from calamities, from accidents. So protect us. That's what we pray to Narsimdev. Very good. What we pray to Madan Mohan, form of Krishna only, but what do we pray? Our connection is to Madan, the Cupid in this world. We are maddened by Madan, but you are maddened Mohan. Yes, we want to connect to you and have a relationship with you. So change our sambandha from Madan or Cupid, lust, to you, Krishna, Radha, Madan, Mohan. So we pray. So every deity has a particular prayer that we offer. एक खास प्रार्थना करते हैं. So similarly, even Vaishnavas, you pray to Vaishnavas, you get those qualities. तो वैष्णव से भी प्रार्थना करते हैं, so we get the qualities. Like devotees also pray to each other. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I see that you are very, very sincere and attentive in your chanting. आप बहुत ध्यान से जप करते हैं. You chant so sincerely, attentively. Please pray for me so that I also become attentive in my japa. And from those prayers of Vaishnavas, we will also develop those qualities. Prabhuji, I see that you know so much about Srimad Bhagavatam. You studied so much in depth about Srimad Bhagavatam. Please pray for me that I also get to develop such kind of relationship with Bhagavatam. Please pray. Like that. So similarly, Lochandas Thakur is an acharya. We should pray to ask for two things. दो चीजें. The first thing is we want to develop that kind of what attachment you have for Gauranga Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That kind of attachment we also want. And second thing, what kind of detachment you have from Maya. That is the detachment also we want. And these two are the prayers which we should definitely have constantly. In fact, we should pray this every day. रोज ये प्रार्थना करनी चाहिए. And Lochandas Thakur is an acharya who is known for these two things. So we can all pray to Sri Lochandas Thakur for this particular quality. We pray to Srila Prabhupada for boldness, courage to preach. अरे क्या लंदन में जाके क्या बोला प्रभुपाद ने? London is hell. And all people they could do is print it in the next day's newspaper. छाप दिया. London is hell. What else they can do? He went to America and told you are civilization of animals, cats and dogs civilization. Just 10 years back, 10 साल पहले, there were a couple of girls who posted something funny about the President of United States. And they got arrested. They were arrested. But here is Prabhupada who walks into America, right in the front, in public media, and boldly into the microphone says, you are a civilization of cats and dogs. You are animalistic civilization. And they could not do anything to Prabhupada. है ना? अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की. That is the power of Acharya. We can also become very bold preachers. कुछ लोग बोलते प्रभु जी बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में बहुत डर लग रहा है प्रभु जी, आई एम वेरी अफ्रेड. Pray to Prabhupada, you become Abhay. You become fearless. So any quality you want, you pray to that particular acharya. We develop that particular quality. Yes, that is the quality we develop. So Lochandas Thakur, right from his prime, he went to a place called Shrikhanda. I understand. In Maharashtra, Shrikhand is. We talk about Shrikhand. इसमें थोड़ी सी मैंगो फ्लेवर और भी अच्छा होगा, आम्रखंड. But Shrikhand is not any eating object. It is a place. Okay. It's a place, Shrikhanda. And there he met his guru, Srila Narahari Sarkar Thakur. So Narahari Sarkar Thakur, as I mentioned, was a wonderful prolific writer of Bhakti Ratnakar. And he wrote about, in fact, so many things we come to know about Vaishnavas through Bhakti Ratnakar. It's a famous, very, very famous literature. So normally what expertise guru has, he passes it on to his disciple. Yes. Just as my spiritual master, from him, I got a lot of taste for Gaur Katha, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Katha. So people say that Prabhuji CC bahut acha samjhata. It's all come from guru. I heard CC from my spiritual master. I developed great taste and I got conviction and I preach CC because of that. Again, my another teacher is Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. Radheshyam Prabhu पूरे दुनिया में प्रसिद्ध है with preaching के लिए. लोगों का प्रचार. So that also I got it from teachers. So whatever good things you get it from teachers. So since Narahari Thakur was a great writer, he was a great glorifier of Vaishnavas. This quality of glorifying, that is something he inherited from his guru. And especially as soon as he went there to his Gurukul in Shrikhanda, he trained him in one thing, one principle में thorough training होना चाहिए. What is that? Kirtan. Most important training is in Kirtan. So that is why we all should be wonderfully singing the names. We all should be wonderfully playing the mridanga. We should all be wonderfully playing Kartal. So Rahul, Gorakhpur, thank you for learning the Mridang. Now please pass on the legacy to your other family members also. सब लोगों को आना चाहिए. Everyone should know Mridang, Kartal. We are Kirtan movement. Sometimes I go to a place, so I want to play harmonium. Any Mridang player, they look at me like this. अरे किसी को करताल तो आता है? ठीक है, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र पीछे बोल लेंगे आप. अरे we are Sankirtan movement, so get nicely trained up in Kirtan. So we all, to the degree we all do Kirtan very enthusiastically, very nicely, as a nice offering to Krishna, that is the advancement of a community. I had gone to, of course, there was a temple opening, and the senior devotee who was supposed to come there, I'll not name that Maharaj, I was serving under a Maharaj, and Maharaj said, I'm not able to go, you go for the century inauguration. So I said, all right, as your instruction, I'll definitely go. So the temple president had sent a car to pick me up, and then we went to the center. And then as soon as I reached the center, I asked, which floor is your center on? They said, our temple hall is on second floor. But as soon as we started on the street mein jaise aaye, those roaring sound of Grutang, Kartas, Dang, Dang, and devotees shouting, screaming and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so roaring, enthusiastic. The beginning of the street, I got so inspired. Street ke shuruat mein aisa sound aa raha tha. As we kept going in, the Kirtan vibration became very, very thumping. बोला बाप रे प्रभु जी, I was telling the president, solid प्रचार करते हैं आप प्रभु जी. क्या बात है, पिछले 2 साल से प्रचार कर रहे हैं, you're preaching for last 2 years, and you're coming up to the temple, and what a thronging, कम से कम 500 लोग होंगे ना. He looked at me and smiled. मैंने बोला, I thought मैंने कम बोल दिया. मुझे 1000. He again smiled at me. He said, don't worry, Prabhuji, you come and see. I felt at least 500 to 1000 devotees must be roaring and chanting and doing this kirtan. 1000 log to pakka honge. I was like shocked. Then when I went another way, I was quite curious. So before going up only, the curiosity is there in everyone. So ऊपर जाने से पहले मेरे को पता करना था कितने लोग हैं. So I looked at चप्पल stand. चप्पल से देख रहा था कितने लोग हैं. And I could see hardly few, about 30-40 chappals were there. And as I was going ahead, Kirtan was getting louder, roarer, and I was like, baap re, idhar to dekhna hai. I opened the door, there were only 30-40 devotees. But they were doing Kirtan as though there were 300, 400, 1000 devotees. Aisa Kirtan jabardast kar. So, what can I do? I went there to inspire them. They wanted some inspiration. We have opened a temple, please inspire us. But I went there to take inspiration. I told although I was sent here, instructed, just like Shukdev Goswami was sent to Janak Maharaj. His father told him, Shukra, go and get trained from Janak Maharaj. He told Janak Maharaj, train Shukdev Goswami in Vairagya. But what happened? Ekdam ulta. Janak Maharaj got training from Shukdev Goswami. I went there, I was told to go and give inspiration, but I ended up getting inspiration from all those wonderful Vaishnavas. And I told them, I quoted Prabhupada and told very confidently that wherever the singing, chanting and dancing to wahan par pagal ho jate sab log. Mad. The men, the ladies, the children, it was like ecstasy of Harinam Sankirtan. कुछ मिनट में हम लोग भी करने वाले हैं, तो इसके लिए that is the preparation. तो कैसे करना है आप लोग सोच लीजिए, अभी करेंगे तो जरूर. Yes, it is a preparation for that. Yes. जोरदार, ना भूलते हो ना भविष्य की ऐसा कीर्तन करेंगे. खुश नहीं होना चाहिए. Yes. So he trained him in kirtan. So that's the first thing we need to get trained in. Kirtan is of different types. There is Nama Kirtan, there is Guna Kirtan, there is Leela Kirtan. Leela Kirtan is glorifying pastimes of Krishna. Guna Kirtan is glorifying the different qualities of Krishna. And Nam Kirtan is chanting the holy name. And the most important Kirtan is Nama Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And just as he said, I have great taste for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, because the moment I met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in my childhood, I just got attracted to him. बस अभी और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I don't want to glorify anyone else in my life. So his guru told him, you go to a person called Murari Gupta. Yes, Murari Gupta. And this Murari Gupta has written very wonderful Chaitanya Leela. So Murari Gupta is actually Hanuman from Ram Leela. Hanuman is Murari Gupta in Chaitanya Leela. So all different characters from different pastimes, they've all appeared in Chaitanya Leela. So Murari Gupta was Hanumanji. So Hanumanji had come as Murari Gupta, doctor. He was a doctor, and one of the specialty of Murari Gupta is he was a classmate of Nimai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was senior classmate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the school of Gangadas Pandit. So Murari Gupta had written wonderful notes on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Very wonderful notes. But somehow Murari Gupta was not available to teach him. So there was another associate of Mahaprabhu who's called Damodar Pandit. So Damodar Pandit taught him Chaitanya Leela. And he taught the Chaitanya Leela, and the book of Murari Gupta, the Chaitanya Leela, he memorized the whole book. Now this is not common in previous time. आजकल हम लोग भगवद गीता का एक श्लोक मेमोराइज कर ले बड़ी बात हो जाएगी. He memorized one shloka, it is big deal. Especially I have to face Bhakti Shastri students. And then प्रभु जी जो प्रिपेयर किया वही पूछिए प्रभु जी. I tell them ठीक है बताओ आप क्या प्रिपेयर किया वो बता दो. And then प्रभु जी 2 श्लोक ही हो पाया. अरे आपको 10 करने थे 2 ही हो पाया. ठीक है आज 2 बोलिए, कल 2 बोलिए, परसों 2 बोलिए, ऐसे करके 10 कर दीजिए. It's very difficult with those Kali-yuga memories, you know, very hard. So here we find that he memorized the entire Chaitanya Leela, the Sanskrit verses, and Damodar Pandit personally taught him the entire Chaitanya Leela, and because of that, meditating constantly on the Chaitanya Leela, he got inspiration to write a book. He got inspiration to write a book, and he wrote a book called Chaitanya Bhagavat. What did he write? Chaitanya Bhagavat. So there are 3 authentic versions of Chaitanya Leela. Or there are many authentic versions, but we accept 3 Chaitanya Leelas very prominently. First is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, second is Chaitanya Mangal, and third is Chaitanya Bhagavat. So he wrote a book which is called Chaitanya Bhagavat. But then what happened? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he felt Chaitanya Leelara Vyasa Dasa Vrindavana Tara Agnya Kare Tara Uchishta Charvana. See, the Vyasdev of Chaitanya Leela is actually Vrindavan Das Thakur. He is the Vyasdev's incarnation. So Vyasdev ke avatar kaun hai? Vrindavan Das Thakur. And he has written a book called Chaitanya Mangal. Naam match nahi ho raha. You have written Chaitanya Bhagavat. Who wrote Bhagavat? Vyas. So who should be author of Chaitanya Bhagavat? Vrindavan Das Thakur. So he requested naam thoda adla badli kar dijiye. So although he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat, he wrote Chaitanya Mangal, the names were interchanged. And thus Lochan Das Thakur today is known for writing a very authentic version of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, which is called as Chaitanya Mangal. Chaitanya Mangal. And Vrindavan Das Thakur happens to be the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Because Vyas writes Bhagavatam. That's how he got the Chaitanya Mangal. And this is Chaitanya Mangal. You take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarva Mangal hoga aapka. Yes, Sarva Mangal. There will be all auspiciousness in your life if you listen to Chaitanya Leela. And it's a very, very great literature. Someday we will be discussing from Chaitanya Mangal. It has four particular khandas. There are 4 khandas here in this particular Chaitanya Mangala. It's a very amazing literature, and hopefully someday we'll first have Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat. We discuss the Adi Khand, 2 more are to go. Chaitanya Mangal ek din hum log definitely discuss karenge. Yes, because he saw Vrindavan Das Thakur at many pastimes, he only gave sutra, he did not elaborate. Small pastimes only said. So Lochan Das Thakur decided that I will elaborate the pastimes of Vrindavan Das Thakur. All detail mein bataunga. So to conclude with, we will discuss the meaning of this song that we sang. So like this, many songs he has written. Parama Karuna, Pau Dijana, Nitai Gaura Chandra. This song also he has written. And Akroda Paramananda also he has written. Lochan Das Thakur. So we'll just discuss the meaning of the song and conclude for today. So the first quality of Nityanand Prabhu is he's called Akrodha. Because the moment we meditate on Balramji is known for Krodha. The moment Bhima smashed the thighs of Duryodhan, what happened to Balramji? Krodha. The moment the Kurus offended the Yadavas, what did Balramji do? Krodha. He took his plow. He took the Hastinapur city. Abhi city kaise utha sakte hain? Come on. The Lord who can lift universes can't lift the city. He was taking with his plow. He pulled Hastinapur and he was dragging Hastinapur. Chalo Ganga ke andar. तुम सबको गंगा के अंदर डुबा दूंगा. Then Ganga Putra Bhishma had to come, literally. Sorry, माफ कीजिए. You are very sorry. Because what had happened was, Krishna's son Pradyumna and Duryodhana's daughter Lakshmana, they both were in love with each other. So Pradyumna wanted to kidnap. This is Kshatriya, kidnap the girl. This is called as Rakshasa Vivaha. वो वाले राक्षस नहीं, विवाह को राक्षस हुआ, kidnap the girl and marry. Kshatriya में very common. So he was performing this Rakshas Vivaha. That time the Kurus captured Pradyumna. So Balramji said, don't worry, Duryodhan मेरा student है, he will agree for this marriage. Don't worry, I'll get Pradyumna back along with the Vadu. So when he went there, they insulted Balram. They insulted Yadus. And Balram Krodha, he started pulling the entire Hastinapur city into Ganges. Krodha. Yes. Whereas this particular version of Balramji is not Krodha. When Romaharshan Sutta did not respect Balramji, what did he do? Krodha. He took a Kusha grass, invested with the potency of Brahmastra and killed Romaharshan Sutta. Whereas this Nityananda Prabhu is Balram, but he is Akrodha. Of course, you need to understand the anger of Lord is also transcendental. But it's Akrodha. He is never ever angry. On the other hand, what is he? Paramananda. We also like what type of people? One day, when there was a devotee couple who said, Prabhuji, aap aake hamare ghar mein pravachan kiya kijiye. I was, what happened? Why? You have many wonderful speakers, you can ask them. He said, नहीं प्रभु हमको आप ही चाहिए. अरे मैं क्यों? मेरा फिलॉसफी अच्छा लगता है. नहीं वो सब अच्छा है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. कीर्तन अच्छा लगता है, कीर्तन भी ओके. क्या अच्छा लगता है फिर? आप स्माइल करके बात करते हैं, वो अच्छा लगता है. हमको ऐसे लोग चाहिए. सब लोग एंग्री बर्ड बैठ के. Everyone is angry bird. But we want somebody who is happy. Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. So he is a very Paramananda Lord in happiness. So ये सुन के कलयुग लोग को अच्छा लगता है. Yes, people come because बहुत सारा seriousness देखते हैं हम लोग. ये बहुत सारा गुस्सा देखते हैं. Here we want Paramananda. Happy? Yeah, definitely will come. क्योंकि if you associate with the person who is Paramananda, you also become Paramananda. Yes. So this is permanent Paramananda. Paramananda. Abhimana Shunya Nitai. He doesn't have a little bit also of Abhiman. Absolutely no pride. Nagare Vedai. He goes and wanders in the villages. What does Nitai do? He goes to different villages and keeps roaming. What does he do in the village? He roams in the village. What does he do? Second line. Adhama patite jiver. He'll find out. Adhama means low class. Patitar means fallen souls. Who? Everyone. Har koi. Adham patite hai sab log. There's nobody who is elevated. So Adhama patite jive dware. He'll go every door to door. Every door. Just like devotees. Being the devotees of Nityananda Prabhu, go door to door. एक दरवाजा एक भी छोड़ते नहीं. एक devotee to knock कर रहे थे book, knock कर रहे थे book. And sometimes in village bathrooms are outside. So he knocked the bathroom book when he was coming out. Book, they will get. So bathroom को भी सही छोड़ा, उधर भी knock किया. ए खोलो, book ले लो. He didn't realize there was bathroom. So Adhama Patite Jive द्वारे गया. He used to go to every single door. He never missed even a single home. Yes, and he told, Harinama Mahamantra लेके आया हूँ, दोनों बलाइया. Yes, so I have come to distribute. Just like he said, I have come to distribute books. I have come to distribute prasad. He says, I have come to distribute Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Please take it. And how does he advert? Our Rahul Prabhu is into sales. He knows different techniques which they teach, how to convince the person. You know what is the technique of Nityananda Prabhu? He will tell. His product is, what is his product? Yes? What is product? Harinama Mahamantra. Okay. Who is target audience? Every Adhama Patita Jiva. That means in Kali Yuga, everyone. Yes, Adham Patita Jiva. Okay. And what is his strategy? Strategy suniye. Jare dekhe tare kohe dante trina dhori. So he is not very systematic. Whoever sees, whoever looking at him, चलो उनके पास चलते हैं. जिसके नजर मिली चलो उधर. That's why some people avoid नजर, देखते नहीं है. अरे भक्त लोग आ रहे, चलो ऐसे चलते. People go like this. Others people take out phone nowadays. हाँ यार. हाँ hello, phone नहीं है फिर भी. There's no phone call. Phone is in flight mode. Still हाँ hi. कैसा है? बढ़िया. हाँ too good man. ऐसे करके जाते हैं. People go flight mode में बात कर रहे हैं. Just to avoid this. So Jare dekhe tare ko, whoever he used to see and somebody looks at it, he will come and how, what is his strategy? Dante trina dhori. He used to take a blade of grass, put it in his teeth. That means I'm as good as animal. I'm very fallen. Yes, please. Amare kiniya. Yes, amare kiniya. Purchase me. Mere ko le lo. He went to sell the product of Hare Krishna Harinam Mahamantra, but he's telling I am the product. मेरे को ले लो, खरीद लो please. मेरे को खरीद लो. अमाने किनिया लो हो भजो गौर. Just say Gauranga Mahaprabhu's name. Gauranga. Free purchase. मैं free. गौरंगा के नाम के साथ मैं free. मेरे को ले लो आप लोग. Take me. And what used to do? Somebody still not taking Gauranga. How many of you seen that video? Two devotees coming. Can you say Gauranga? Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda. So they say Gauranga Nityananda like that. Remember? How have you seen that? They will come. See, all of you see, many of you see. Can you say Gauranga? The random strangers on the road. Gauranga. Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda. All devotees start dancing. So he used to tell, can you say Gauranga? Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda. So like that. So purchase me. Take me. And somebody is still watching. नहीं purchase कर रहे. Not interested. Still standing. ये तो बोली नित्यानंद भूमि गड़ी जाए. He will fall flat. Dandvat pranam on the very sand in the mud. भूमि पे लेट जाते थे. देखो ये सब strategy. Don't try this at home. Outside of home also. But this is to show how great is Nityananda. So we have one devotee. This is Nityananda Ram. We have only Ram. Devotee. If somebody doesn't take book, he will offer Dandvat Pranam there. And he will not get up. He will not get up till the time you agree to purchase book. No. हम नहीं जाएंगे. He will say, okay, ठीक है, खरीदते हैं, ठीक है. Then he'll get up. He'll go fall flat on the ground. Dandvat Pranam कर देंगे. आपको. First he'll touch the feet. उतने नहीं हमारा Dandvat, very Dandvat. Book खरीदो. नहीं. Previously there was one devotee like Dhruv. His name was Vanamali Prabhu. Small boy. He will go anywhere. And uncle, he'll fall at the feet. Uncle, le lo. He'll fall at the feet, he'll not leave it till the time to take the book. So Nityananda is a childlike personality. So he used to fall in the ground, and that was like how sonare parvatre jeno dhulate lutaye. सोने का पर्वत जो है वो धूल में मिल गया, धूल में लोटपोट हो रहा है, वैसे धुनाते लोटा. It seems like that. And last, final statement. Heno avatare jar. So this particular such a merciful incarnation. Ratina Jalmilo, you don't develop attraction, you don't develop appreciation, you don't develop devotion for this kind of avatar like Nityananda Prabhu. Lochan Bole, my opinion is, Sei Papi, this fellow is sinful. You have not developed attraction towards Nityananda Prabhu, you are a sinful fellow. Helo or Gelo. Aya or Gaya. Aya Ram, Gaya Ram. वैसे आ गया और गया, इसने कुछ किया नहीं बीच में. So that is my opinion. Shri Lochan Das Thakur ki. So like this beautiful bhajans he has written, and his main contribution in our life is Chaitanya Leela in the form of this Chaitanya Mantra. Thank you so very much for your very, very patient hearing. We will conclude here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Samasta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande. So now we'll have kirtans. We request all devotees to